Well, folks, what can you say? Watching the train wreck that is the African National Congress on the eve of its 112th anniversary as a political organization is almost difficult to watch for those who actually had some degree of hope for this political movement that morphed into a party that planned to rule South Africa into perpetuity. The ANC is imploding. Make no mistake, folks, it's been going on for some time, but it becomes more and more obvious every day. And what's the latest? Well, vying for Mampara of the Year for 2024, just days into the year of 2024, the Secretary General and former Transport Minister in South Africa, Fikile Mbalula, has been acting like a complete tool for the ANC. He actually publicly admitted in a speech he gave that the African National Congress lied in order to protect Jacob Zuma. Of course, we knew this at the time, but now we actually have his own words. And then, of course, he tried to backtrack on Twitter, but this is what he said. We went to Parliament and opened an ad hoc committee and said a swimming pool is a fire pool. The then police minister, Nicklin, was sweating, seeing that this was a lie, because it's difficult to explain lies. People have lost their careers because of that thing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Nkandla private residence of former President Jacob Zuma, which used hundreds of millions of rand to build him a luxurious, sumptuous retirement nest egg in KwaZulu-Natal at taxpayer expense. The Nkandla scandal, as it's known. This thing was exposed to the public, and the ANC formed ranks, formed a logger around corrupt Jacob Zuma, and lied to the public, telling them the reason they had this massive swimming pool built at this residence and lied about security upgrades, claiming that was part of the security upgrade, is that it's necessary to have a fire pool. In other words, a body of water to put out fires if his residence caught on fire. Absolutely ridiculous. They actually sent fire crews out with pumps sucking water out of the pool and shooting it out into the air to prove that they were telling the truth. Of course, they were nothing but flat out liars, which is what the ANC has become. In 2014, then public prosecutor Thuli Mandosela found that Zuma had unduly benefited from the upgrades to his sumptuous residence in KwaZulu-Natal, known as Nkandla. This is a private residence not owned by the government. Now, there was a report called the Secure in Comfort. In that report, he recommended that Zuma pay back part of the 246 million spent on the improvements to the property, not related to security. That was a pretty hefty bill. But senior members of the ANC backed Zuma all the way. And they even got Nicklin using his powers to do so. Now, after admitting this publicly, years later, a full decade later, Fikile Mbalula, the now Secretary General of the African National Congress, tried to backtrack yesterday on Twitter, trying to clarify his remarks on the fire pool, saying he was speaking just in case someone wants to deliberately twist his words. Dude, no one's twisting your words. You said we lied. We, the ANC, we lied to protect the president. You formed ranks around him. Now, he tries to make the following claim. I made general statements about how the ANC defended former President Jay-Z when he was accused of corruption and other official misconduct connected with Nkandla. First, we must agree that it was the duty of the organization to fully understand the facts upon which the opposition parties based their corruption accusations and charges that followed before it could act. What? You needed to fully understand it? I mean, people around the world, I was living in Africa and nowhere near South Africa. I knew quite well that this was obviously fraudulent misuse of taxpayer money for personal benefit and enrichment. And to this day, Jacob Zuma has never faced any criminal charges for his actions as president of the republic, diverting money from the fiscus to his personal needs and desires. Of course, this is Jacob Zuma, who, like his former financial advisor, Sheikh Shabir, are the first two people, terminally ill patients, to defy the cemetery. Sheikh Shabir, now it's been, what, a dozen years for him. He's been terminally ill out on the golf course, released from prison. Jacob Zuma was released from prison days after he showed up in escort because he had a terminal illness. The only thing terminal about Jacob Zuma is the truth. There is no truth involved with Jacob Zuma. And Fikile Mbalula is now vying for Mampara of the Year for 2024. What say you? Will he be the Mampara of the Year? It'll be a busy year with election cycle coming up. But Fikile Mbalula is really stepping on his crank each and every time he gets out there. It's comical. It's actually entertaining to watch and watch him try to backpedal and backtrack and claim that people are twisting the words that he said. No one's twisting it. Dude, you said We lied. We lied. And you said that because you thought the world wasn't watching, because only people who are flocking from the ANC to Jacob Zuma's new party, Mkhonto we Sizwe, you're trying to draw them back. You don't care about the public or about the truth. You just want naked power. Because if you don't have power, then it's difficult to steal. And the ANC is all about kleptocracy. Hey, folks, if you like this content, feel free to become a subscriber right here on the program. Give us a like and leave your thoughts behind. Is Fikile Mbalula headed towards the designation and the award of Mampara of the Year? I think he's already mostly there. We'll see how the year goes. It's early in January 2024. Who will win the coveted award? I think the ANC itself will win it by the time the year's over. God bless and have a safe day.